Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture on C++ programming language. We are on lecture 46 on C++. We are on lecture 46 and in this lecture we're going to talk about for loop in C++. So in previous lecture we talked about while loop and do while loop with many examples and with many small mini projects. But in this lecture I'm going to talk about the for loop in C++. The for loop in C++ is used when you want to repeat a block of code a specific number of times. It is commonly used when the number of iterations is known in advance. You write the program and you know how many times this program specifically should run, or this block of code, how many times it should run. But in while loop and do while loop, the number of iterations are unknown. We don't know in advance. But in for loop, we know how many times this block of code should run. So in this case, we use, the for loop. And a for loop combines, initialization, condition, and also increment and decrement in one line, which is, makes it very convenient. So let's check, the structure or a syntax of, a for loop. So the syntax of a for loop, like how we can use it in our program. So we have first for, and then we have, we open the, parentheses, and inside the parentheses we have, the initialization section. We have initialization, and then we have condition, and then we have update or increment or decrement, and then we have after that we have body of the while loop, the for loop, sorry. So here we write our statements here inside, we write our codes which should be repeated inside this. So I write statements. So first we have initialization. So in initialization, in the for loop, it runs once. And it shows the start of the for loop, It usually, declares and initializes a loop variable. And then we have the condition. So we check, the loop actually continues as long as the condition is true. As long as this condition is true, the body of for loop will be executed. And then we have, the update section. Like after each iteration, the loop variable is updated. Either it's incremented or decremented. So let's go, for example, write a program which prints, it just start printing from number 1 till number 10. So here I write using for loop. For first we have initialization. I say integer I is equal to 1. And it should go I is smaller than or equal to 10. And then we have I plus plus, which we increment every time, And then we open, the body of while loop. Here we print out, we see out the I, and then I end line. So here, as you can see, we have the initialization section, which we declare a variable, and the variable name is I, and we initialize it to 1. It means we start this loop from 1. And then we have the condition. Is I is equal or less than to 10? Yes, because I is equal to 1. So 1 is less than 10. So once the condition becomes true, so it runs the body of the while loop. So it's print out the I is equal to 1. So it's print out first, 1. And then it goes to the next line, yes? Then it goes here and it updates I plus plus. I become here 2. Is 2 is less than or equal to 10? Yes, of course, 3 is, less than the 10. So then it's print out the 2. So it's printed out in the new line, of course. I write here, but this is in the new line because we have here n line. So once it's print 2, now it goes update, So it become 3. Is 3 is, then again check the condition. Is 3 is less than or equal to 10. Of course, it's less than 10, so it's the condition become true. So again, it repeat, execute this, this statement which is inside the body of for loop. And it's print out the 3. So again, it's become 4 here. And then 4 is smaller than 10. Yes, of course, the body of the for loop will be executed. Then, for example, I put this one 5, so I can explain for you. Not 10, because 10 is so long. So now I become plus plus, so it means it become 5. 5 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, 5 is equal to 5. Again, the condition become true. And now here, here it's printed out the I, which become 5. And then here 5 become 6. Is 6 is smaller than or equal to 5? No. The condition become false. When the condition become false, so the body of for loop will not be executed. So this is how the for loop works, Like it start from the initialization section, which shows the start of our loop, the starting point of our loop. And it runs only once at the beginning of our loop. Then it checks the condition, second, At second step, first step, it executes this part, initialization. Then it checks the condition, the second step. And the third step, it executes the body of the for loop. And the fourth step, it executes, the I++. And then again, it checks, the condition, then execute the for loop body, and then update here, and then exchange the condition. So this is how for loop works. So I make this back to 10 because I told you that we print till 10. So let's run our program and we see the result. As you can see, it starts from number 1 and it went through number 10. So this is a program which, print out from number 1 till number 10. If you make it 100, this number, so it's run till number 100, If you can see here, this number 100. If we check, of course we can, we can reverse this program. For example, we can start from number 10. I can write, like for example, for integer I is equal to 10, and then it goes till I is, bigger or equal to 1, and then I minus minus. If we decrement, we use the decrement operator. And then I open the block of the while loop, the for loop, and then I see out the I. So this is the reverse, of this for loop. So let's run both of them, so we can check. Yeah, so this is the first loop, You can see it start from 1 till 10, and then we have the second loop, which start from 10 to, till 1. So we can also reverse, we can write. Or for example, we can write another program. Like for example, I want to write another program and check. Let's print out, let's write the program and print out. I want to print out the even numbers. Okay. So how can I write that program? So I start for integer I is equal to 2, and I goes till 100, and then I is equal to I plus 2, because every time I want to increment by 2. And then we see out here I. So in this program, in this simple example, what I do, I print out the number of, the number of even numbers from 2 till 100. So let's print those numbers. Like it's print 2, then it's print, 4, then it's print, 6. If you can run this program, we can see. We can see here all of them, even numbers. It started from number 2. If I go up, you can see. Yeah. So it's number 2, 4, 6, 8, This is another program. You can increment any number you want here. So it doesn't matter. For example, I write another loop. So I write another loop. Which is start, every time it goes like 5 numbers, like. So what I can do here, I start from whatever number you want. So I start from number 1 until number 100, and every time it should go 5 number up. So you can check it, So if I ran this program, you can see it starts from number 1, then it become number 6, then it become number 11, number 16. Every time, the step is now 5. So if you start from number 0, so you can see clearly the step is 5. If I run this program now, it must become clear for you that this step is start from it's 0, then it's become 5, then it's become 10, then it's become 15, then it's become 20. So this was our lecture, 46. It was about for loop, how we can use for loop in C++. And see you on the next lecture with more example and mini projects. But please subscribe the channel and support this channel, and like the video, share with your colleagues or friends or classmates. Thank you.